It's another hood nigga production, yo.
Barcelona, sweet, B, got unconditional love like Tupac. Get on the mic, I hear.
Before I start this poem, let's do this. It's hard to understand the human nature from a poet's perspective. Say what? Hard to understand the human nature from a poet's perspective. Say what? Say what? With pen in hand, I scribble my thoughts on paper. With you in mind, I draw the dotted lines of this letter and hope that they will last forever. For I am not the only star that shines in this galaxy of lies. See, my name is Cupid, and I'm trying to preach about love. See, love is patient and love is kind. But how kind is kind when the one you love is not kind enough to barricade your fragile heart from pain and distortion? Instead, they dice your heart and decide to get the bigger portion. Sign your heart out for the auctions, but you see, I want my love back. Before you go get an abortion, I want my love back. Before you fill up with vanity, I want my love back. Because to you, love is just love and sex is all the same, but I just have to ask, if this is how you perceive it, then how do you receive it? If this is how you perceive it, then how do you receive it? So I found myself writing a letter to Cupid. Dear Cupid, I've tried loving her like a drug, but love became my addiction, and I found love is not really love, and love is untrue, and the one you love is not a lover, but a lighter. So as I detach the strings in our relationship and tie a knot around my own neck, just know it will always be no strings attached. So murder, I wrote, murder, she wrote, on the back of her heart to try and hide the suicidal attempt she had in mind, reminiscing on the good and bad times, trying to figure out where she went wrong. The situation is unbearable as she tries to figure out every color of her profile, though she finds letters of men hanging on her every mental resort. She tries to make them stop, but they keep shouting and shouting, M-A-N, manipulative, obnoxious fools. I command you to stop before I lose my cool. M-A-N, who made her jump the broom too soon. See, if faith can move mountains, then I'm sure love can bend spoons instead of breaking hearts. So choose. Who am I to you? Better yet, who are you to me? Who are they to us? Murder was the case. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, rest in peace to Elders Cupid, the fourth member of News Apple. Wake up!
Wake up!
Your sleep is
not peace.
Wake up! What we call life is not life, it's probably a prototype. Wake up! It's a good day to cross the line without touching the line. Lines like boundaries, but they can't bound me. Boundless opportunity in me, in you, and if you've woken up to the truth, then to you this is not news. You're the type that knows what they say about rules, that they crave to be broken, written in stone, and if you break the stone, you find gold. Behold, as closed eyes cover the mind. A blind mind inside, trying to find itself outside, seeking for self in the wild. What happens to mankind when men of my kind are tamed and made housewives? Colonized. Here's your prize
For turning against your own kind. Wake up, black man.
Your sleep is not peace. Wake up from your sleep. Because when I woke up, I had a dream.
A dream of Africans it once was. See, I had a dream of Africans holding hands instead of holding guns, ending African lives. A vision of a proud African who'd never take without being given, who's not driven by modern technology and forgotten, is seen to Ubuntu or Kamada himself. Now our kids' heroes are Superman, Ben 10, forgotten all about Oshaka, Opal, true African warriors, busy telling other people's tales instead of our own stories. See, we became faker than the black girls we deceive yourself because of hatred you have for the same, trying to fit in so you bleach your color like a dirty stain. See, I had a dream of Africans once was. before the ships arrived in the banks of our seas, and there was no more peace.
No more peace.
And I was left picking up Africa's pieces. See, I had a dream of an African child, feeding from a Zanya's breast, before milk was for the wealthy, who promised them unity, but couldn't give them equality, who couldn't free a Zanya to breastfeed a starving children.
Give back our land. See, I had a dream, and in this dream, God had said He had sent me to save them.
Proof was in this writing, for Azania's moans penetrate through the cracks of this pole.
So, no. As African people, why must we be so insecure?
Fika sihlele bathatha lomhlaba bajika ngedata and it gets even better. Freedom wasn't brought by data,
but He did bring us democracy so we can be better than previously disadvantaged, but instead we are so cold by our own. Now we're so cold, the first to throw the first stone. Now we are born into broke holes and we break into long holes. Now the broke holes that black is beautiful, but you rather be phone call.
See, like the ozone layer, this dark skin of mine bears all sins of the world. See, I've been robbed of my humanity, because I can't be me without being judged for this dark skin of mine.
This dark skin of mine is a victim of hate speech that dehumanizes, whips that crack open this broad back of mine. And at the sight of blood, when it was all said and done, you still took all that was mine. Even my pride, you left me empty inside. You made me a robot, an android, and the Western world is my hotspot.
Yes, I'm that spot.
Yeah.
Even I want to wash out. Just bleach it. Then,
wow! It's sparkling white. Oh!
What a delightful sight to sleeping minds. See, we are the minds, for gold is found in our hearts, the most kindest of creatures. Hence we are so easily tricked.
Now it's impossible to fix these leaking pipes, leaking sewages of insecurity.
Yeah.
See, it can't be black when black is backwards. And the only way forward is western. Nothing worse than separation from my ways being the only way to find a place in this place that has placed no significance in my ways. But look, we can still do things your way.
Just my way, of course. Don't dare step, of course. Master won't approve. This is what they taught our parents. And we inherited. Now we are haunted by insecurity.
We are haunted by self-hate. We masturbate to thoughts of being white. How deep are the scars in my mind? We masturbate to thoughts of being white. How deep are the scars in my mind? Will we ever find peace when I look into a mirror? Or shall it forever mirror a broken image where oppression is my heritage?
Will we ever turn the page? I know change might be hard. And you think these are just words. But no. We were gods before we were slaves. We were gods before we were slaves. Before we were worshippers, we would whisper into the air to call on the rain. Our virgin would climb mountains to welcome its blessings.
These are not just words, like rain that drops on drought-ridden land to close the cracks. With these words, I do just that. In fact, I have come to our stage. These lies do not heal. They conceal real ripples of resentment, restless to reveal themselves. We are always wrong to reveal these riddles. We are taught how to hurt. Apparently, no, it wasn't that bad. You need to
Forget it hurts. Even though you still living in these wounds, our surroundings are tools to program. Then what is this freedom we speak of?
What is this equality we speak of? When inequality is actually the quality of my reality. Now we are left scraping crumbs of desperation off the floors of our land, left as the lambs of the sheep that were disguised as wolves. You need to wake up
from your sleep. For this equality is just a sheet to cover these lies that lie about the rainbow when faced with the truth.
You are still sleeping. If you think being black means creeping in the shadows of your own home, where visitors visit us to colonize, only later to sympathize with our scars. Now the black man's identity is scattered like stars, now shooting us, our mothers and fathers, your sister, my brother. Now we are going to broke homes and we break in to loco. Turn down if you propose that black is beautiful. But you rather just postpone the revolution. Steve Bandico once said, black men, you are on your own.
Punchline practical.
Wow!
Yes.
Mirror on the wall. Who has the fairest skin of them all? Mirror, it appears. I have come before you once more to reflect my fears. The subtle whispers in my ear warns of a war of identity. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the fairest skin of them all? Mirror, it appears. I have come before you once more to reflect my fears. The subtle whispers in my ear warns of a war of identity.
It's okay. It's okay.
Do I look like I should, or should I look like a... no, whichever, please, I can't understand this right. It's okay. I can't, please.
It's okay. It's okay.
Mirror on the wall, who has the fairest skin of them all? Mirror, it appears. I have come before you once more to reflect my fears. The subtle whispers in my ear warns of a war of identities. Since your arrival, I have become my own rival. I worry so much about appearance that I fear that I am lost in the confusion, the illusion of how I should be looking. If I am looking like I should, fit in, should I be comfortable in my own skin, color, me in a different shade, because this darkness darkens pastures where my cattle once peacefully grazed. See, before they came, they never said that they'll stay here to play God, telling us how we looked and how we act is wrong, very violently, split from my dignity like Moses did the Red Sea, convinced by these thieves that all my cattle was enough to afford. A mirror, image of an idiot that inherited generational poverty, religious inequality, and my Savior does not look like me. In fact, it looks like he aids in this mental slavery. They told me cleanliness is next to godliness. I didn't know that that meant that they'd cleanse what they thought was wrong with my blackness. As they tampered with my mother's hairspins, they called the curves on her body fat, So when she looked into a mirror, she couldn't see the beauty she possessed. Unanswered questions, but they were suppressed. And being oppressed, she was taught to ask less and to teach her children that the substance of success is whiteness. What a mess. What a mess it was. As we distanced from our ancestors, and we identified more with theirs. This identity crisis has left the revolution on crutches. But I guess it gets confusing when we can't find our fathers on these family pictures. See, they were taken to maintain other family riches. These broken family misfits missed how we were destined for greatness. Not these gardens and kitchens, put in these townships to be guarded like creatures, protecting the wealthy and their riches, imprisoned by misinterpreted scriptures, misrepresented by leaders. I mean, from all the garbage that they feed us, how come we still go to bed hungry? Stuck in the belly for all of this poverty has left us thinking poorly in so many ways, and I guess this explains how when I look at a mirror image of myself, I see someone inferior. I am tired of the self-hate and xenophobia. The mirror, a weapon deadlier than the atomic bomb, because before it dropped, I'm sure we would say wrong with being born black. How I wish we could see that. We knew nothing else because there was nothing else to know. The same way we never knew of these Western clothes. I mean, a mother could breastfeed her child amongst us and no one around would be aroused. So in hiding, what was never hidden made it somewhat forbidding. And like with Eve and Adam, it formed this unnecessary temptation. Curious to see because of this curiosity. Don't be deceived to perceive that it is through the eyes that you see, when in actuality, it is through the mind. That has been programmed over time to walk the thin line between self-love and self-hate. This is what happens when times change, but the chains remain firm and in place to change. So when our reality is said to be alive, and visuals reinforce and train the eye, what to notice the demise of my people. When their image was once said to be evil, truly lethal is the poison that was injected into my people. And as I fiddle further with this riddle, I can't figure out whether or not the mirror is a tool for reflection, or was it created to criticize God's creation? Is it there to reinforce beauty or to remind us of our imperfections? A weapon that's always separating either us from each other or one from himself. I wish I could look into a mirror and see my true reflection. A fluent interpretation of the language that God spoke when He created the binary code of the black man. Before it was rewritten and corrupted, before I could ever be insulted by the idea of my culture being my culture. To me, this poem is like the Last Supper. Because I know behind the fake smiles and laughter, some, if not most, will surely betray me after. Surely betray me after. Forgive us, Father, for it would seem we are a sin. Thank you, that's it. Everybody who made this successful. This applause is not for me alone. So silence, keep up, Kumba, see that. Just like to see each other, appreciate everything. I hope everything happens smoothly. She was nice to everyone, otherwise I'm firing up a piece of it. I like everybody, like Chelsea is responsible for all the art pieces. If anyone is interested in buying anything, please speak to him. I'd really like everybody to go in depth on their own, but unknown citizen, but you know him today. It's not sad. And then we'll just come down the line.
Really, I'm an unknown citizen. I make beadwork and phone stands, that's me. I'm a poet, haven't been performing though, in a while. But I'm the unknown citizen.
Thank you. My name is Kilane. I'm responsible for the artworks, not in the creative sense, but I work with those artists who've been around here. Personally, that's mine. So I belong to a group called RNK, like NPO, that focuses on community development using the arts. So yeah, if you have any questions regarding the art, I'm the guy to talk to. Thank you.
I am a musician, but today I came to sell our stuff as in Gqeberha. So yeah, we create e-works. And there's a lot I do, but I can't share everything. Thank you. Shy girl. Okay, so I'm a musician, and I said that I'm studying music at NMU, doing jazz, doing African jazz. I'm part of a group called Kilane. We'll be performing at eBhareni. Yes, we are going to be out next week. Pata free entry. So if you're interested, please come. So we'll be performing players in Gqeberha. And I have an organization called Dominus School of Arts in Brighton. So we focus on teaching on instilling our skills. We focus on visual arts, music, drama, and dance. Because we believe that Abandon are very talented, or here specifically in places that we live in. So they're very talented, but they don't get the chance to be exposed to the art. So as people that got the opportunity to we take what we have and we bring it to them for free, and we try to show them that now in the future they can do what we do. So we mold them, planting a positive seed into them. So thank you, at least I said it.
And Smelly and unknown citizen have a beautiful chair in the line. Unknown citizen is actually wearing the Bukani t-shirt for use. This is a young collaboration. There will be visuals coming soon, but yeah, we have a collaboration together. Thank you.
The power. Yana sekhawe ngama ngululama wakwafulo zonke zalwa ngumamzana wakwena ke msukwini yani la poet namo imbongi spoken word artist also ke ngilo phila ngokwenza ke izikipa nobhalela abantu izikipa. Yeah, like this, you're always work, Utera, a lot of people support me, graphics, the back, so what I appreciate about today is that I partner but so much to cream up. So I'm happy when I see my quality work being displayed here. So that's what I do for a living. So I also appreciate platforms as well. You know, the promote culture consciousness society. That's what we do. We get artistic expressions, and then yeah, if it has to do with art, I'm always there. Anything else, I'm not sure. Yeah, and then one thing I can say for now, hopefully, vote on December. The 27th of November, I'm planning something like a show. Yeah, it's called Behind the Colors. Because most people don't know where it comes from, where it's at, where it's going. So I feel like if we do share our stories, like what artists do today, I think people will get us more and love us more as we grow. Hopefully, if I leave this to my children, it will be worth some tea. So, let power for that one.
Also known as Last Poet, originally from GE, born and raised in Kapa, 2010, to pursue arts and acting and filmmaking and poetry. So it went by last year. So it's a program for rhythm and poetry. Rhythm and poetry it's to give a platform to artists like myself and Gqeberha and every artist who's here. So it's just giving a platform for sites to express themselves. So I've been doing shows, it's free, so it's not a matter of I'm giving something more than giving to the people, you know. So yeah, I've been doing shows, Dominus has been performing, Athenkosi performed, Cities is performing with the band.
When is the next one going?
The next one is going to be next week on the 25th. So I'll be performing, Black Sun is performing, system called Ufifi from Edward, I was currently in Germany, is going to be performing. Who else is performing? Gqeberha is performing there. Black Seed from Motherland is performing as well. So yeah. So the following one on October, Dominus is going to be performing. Lily to Poetic Soul will be performing. To name a few. So yeah, it's just free. It's a pata. That's what I do. So yeah.
Organizer. I'm a fitness coach. Yeah, guys, but as Apple in entertainment, we are an entertainment company that creates, like, we are broad. So this is why I'm doing business, because the company I work for allows me to expand. So we do a lot of things. Sometimes I rap. And guys, before I forget, go into our page, check my new EP out. It's called Gqeberha with me. It's a very, very nice piece of artwork. 10 tracks. Won't be disappointed. 10 years. Yeah.
I'm ready, guys.
Tembela Queen.
Yeah, I just love telling stories through theatre. I fell in love with theatre at a very young age, so this now first step into the industry of theatre. Yeah, she's a my actress. Thanks for the platform.
Thank you, Gqeberha. It was on you.
I'm originally from Athenkosi, and I've been here for about 4 years now. I have a genuine love for creating anything with my hands. So I started a company and it's called Centered. I specialize mostly in the embroidery canvases. I can make custom, so you can find us on social media. And if you have a particular design that you like for yourself, you can let me know, we can talk, and I can bring your vision to life. Aside from the canvases, I sell incense, I sell my own. I make it and I sell it the incense sticks, not the sticks, sorry, the holders, not the sticks, the holders, incense holders. I make them with clay. I have bath salt blends as well that also taps in, because I'm a very spiritual person, so taps in together with the spirituality, the incense, and I have more to come, still starting out. But thank you so much for this platform, for this opportunity. And we are at Centered and Centered on Instagram, so please do feel free to hit me up. Hi. Yes, my name is Gqeberha SA on Facebook. Yes, and yeah, in other places. Hey, I'm a musician, I'm a singer-songwriter. Yeah, I do nice songs.
One favor for my best friend, my best friend, my colleague. We are birthday at home, so much to the pre. Dominus Litus, come here, on the center. Cynthia, guys, happy birthday.
Trying to improve my life. See, otherwise we gon' hustle non-stop. Hustle to the puppets, call out to shine. Wake up, slung a bone, roll a doobie. Hustle with the team, if it's lose, we might lose. They fast asleep, young boys busy drooling. Where your ass up, sonny, and kept pushing. Rap music, my flow, man, is close to flowing. See how chill, we ain't cutting scenes. We say it like it is, you know what I mean? This ain't no movie, this is me in real life. I live my inside, man, in each and every line. I bleed rhymes, my veins got punchlines. Ill mind, fast club, but tough luck. Got out of 5, it's got out to 5, but I'm really non-stop. Gotta go to school and try to improve my life. Otherwise we gon' hustle non-stop. Hustle to the puppets, got out to shine. Got out to 5, but I'm really non-stop. Gotta go to school and try to improve my life. Otherwise we gon' hustle non-stop. Hustle to the puppets, got out to shine.
See, these are stories told by time, interpreted by the writer's pen. I shall plead my sin, the truth I shall regain. Not only recite what I've seen, for I